Hello everybody and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper 2. Last time we went through the Hollow, we went and tried to track down that fraction drive. It was a bit of a race, a very intense race, but we made it. We didn't get it, but we got something. And, you know, all of our crew members are still alive, which is a positive. We could have lost one last time, which is still kind of crazy to think about. And today, I chatted a lot about, like, future plans in the last episode, but the only thing I know for certain is that we're gonna start by going to Greenbelt. We have some stuff to get there for Nemba, and also maybe we could find a contract here or something, who knows. But I think it's a good place to start. And then we could go back that way towards Holmes Rock. So that is the plan. I didn't mean to click out of that, my finger twitched. We're gonna avoid Olivera for a little bit longer, just because I want to gather some upgrade points if we can, level ourselves up, get some more stuff on our push if we can, and then also, you know, get our pluses in for whenever we have our big final scary contract, which will make me cry. But we can cry later. For now, let's head to the Greenbelt. I want to see what this looks like. Whoa. Look at that. Wow. And that's all, like, plants, like actual plants. Oh, those are some good dice rolls, too. Hell yeah. Dang, what do we got here? Okay, Arrival Tower. Wow. Wait, oh, it's locked down? Oh, no! The Greenbelt is locked down thanks to fears around Utsubo influence, but perhaps you can convince them you have reason to head inside. Or we could fabricate permission. You don't have permission to get inside Greenbelt, but that won't stop you from putting together a fake pass or document asking that you are let in. Okay, Greenbelt doesn't like visitors, and rising tensions in the belt have made it less welcoming. They won't let you in without reason. Maybe Nemba should have, like, called ahead? Please? Could have just been like, hey, I'm sending someone over to go get the supplies that I ordered. Can you, like, give it to them? But then again, maybe something else is going on that I don't know about. We'll see. What else we got? We got depot storage. The depot workers aren't very happy about keeping the spores here for cycles. They won't release them till you pay a handling fee. Oh, are these the spores I was supposed to get? Fine. There we go. Spores from the inner system and damaged-looking crates. Ah, you reluctantly hand over the chits, and the workers bring you 4 crates, none of which look in great condition. Well, thanks, guys. Well, we got the spores, but I'm really curious about what else is going on in the Greenbelt, so let's see if we can just talk our way inside. Come on, I'm a buddy. I'm a friend. I just want to peek. I just want to see everything and get in everyone's business because I'm a nosy little robot. The security reluctantly wave you through. You have access to the Greenbelt now. Hell yeah. Oh, Greenbelt buzzes with focused activity. The passage is full at shift change, then empty once the work begins. It's a place that runs on its own schedule, but comfortably so. That comfort brought by being one of the largest food producers in the belt. Yeah, they've got nothing to worry about, huh? Well, they probably do, but you know, there's a security in that monopoly that they have. Carefully seated asteroid. I bet there's not a lot of places that can do this, though. It's probably like Wellspring. There's only a few places that this can be done. At least properly. There is always work in these fields, protected by a thick skin of transparent layers. And you can see why the humble life it offers has captured more than a few of the Belt's itinerant workers. Sleeper? The voice, soft but forceful, takes you by surprise. Whoa! Aki! I just met Peter! He almost killed me! Oh, wow, it's another one. I wonder if we'll see someone else too. I wasn't expecting to see more Flortilla people. As you turn, you're met with a delicate face wearing a confused expression. Apologies, I mistook you for someone else. She covers her embarrassment with a smile. I'm Aki. What brings you to Greenbelt, friend? I'll be honest, I'm looking for work. Any contracts you got? Aki nods gently. Let me show you around then. Aki leads you through a series of doors, gliding down into passages cut into the rock, then up, following pipes into metal passages that cross the fields themselves. It's always I really wonder how many years it's been since the first Citizen Sleeper, because they have a nice setup here. I wonder... I just really wonder how long it's been. Maybe there's an answer and I just haven't noticed it yet, but it's really curious to think about. Aki leads you through a series of doors, gliding down into passages cut into the rock, then up, following pipes in the metal passages that cross the fields themselves. She stops on a bridge overlooking the soft curve of farmland that makes up one of the asteroid's 2 biospheres. Below, leaves flap in zero-G, waves spreading out across a sea of green. The varieties we farm here are specially selected and customized for microgravity. She puts her hands on the railing at the edge of the bridge. We feed them from beneath, irrigating and nourishing them through the very medium they grow within. The light of Helion helps us with this, of course. Aki squints through the transparent roof at the distant pale sun. Where are these plants from? Solheim left us many things, including a few seed vaults filled with their own engineered microgravity crops. She turns to face you. Then there are the stacks found across the belt, self-contained micro-farms. We've been able to propagate crops from them in some cases. But how about you? Aki's sharp eyes take in your expression. Could you contribute to such a place? A green and growing strip in the gray belt? I would like to. If the fraction drive never works out, it would be nice to be able to help support the community, especially since this food goes everywhere. Aki smiles. Feel free to take a shift below anytime you wish. I will tell the others to expect you. The plants, they have a kind of peace, an eternal quality that makes them seem less fragile than they are. Aki sighs. This place, like any other in the belt, has its pressures. It is for me to navigate them. She looks away, frowning at something in the distance. I must attend to those pressures. Excuse me. I'm glad our paths crossed. She bows a shallow bow. I hope they do again. It was nice to see you again. And with that, Aki leaves you to look over the sea of gently waving green, an impossibly beautiful, impossibly fragile glass case of growing things. Lovely. Wow. Greenbelt view. Sketch a design. Oh yeah, we need to do this! I must find my inspiration once more. You pick a spot on one of the Greenfield's bridges in a cloud of floating leaves, the perfect place for sketching. So many leaves, so many patterns, all in delicate shades of green. We've also got green fields. I see. Farm shift. Maintenance shift. Farm shift. Greenbelt rewards its workers with food and board, and most seem happy to exchange their work for a simple life. Maintenance shift. The farms are as much machine as plant, and those machines need the same careful tending. I can help with that. Among the Greenbelt is a close-knit community. You'll have to prove your reliability before Aki will open up. Ah, so there is more stuff to do here. The wheat sheaf. Buy a meal. Food on Greenbelt is plentiful and fresh, which means most of the workers prefer to eat it raw to get the most from its flavor. I will say, that does sound good. Just a raw potato. I'll eat a raw potato right now. Put a little seasoned salt on that, or just even some regular old salt, and then chomp. So good. I love the crunch. Let's see. I don't really want to waste decent rolls on the Intuit thing, because, like, this thing is gonna take me a while no matter what, because I don't have good Intuit, and I never will. So we'll waste bad rolls on that if we need to. Let's start working on this. With maintenance, obviously. Time spent with the maintenance teams is always social, as is the meal afterwards. Hell yeah, we're getting num-nums! Thank you. Nice, so that's one less thing we have to worry about, so I don't mind giving some supplies over to the Meow Meow. Gotta feed the cat. I just fed my cats. I got them some new, like, freeze-dried chicken things to try and encourage my older cat to eat the wet food. Cause he likes to eat the broth, but he'll leave most of the food behind. And he really seemed to like the little chicken pieces on top, so maybe that'll encourage him to eat it more. Cause right now he's a little bit chunky, and I would like to deal with that. Problem is, he doesn't like toys. He's so lazy. It's not even that he tries to play with them but gets winded. He just doesn't care about any toys. Doesn't care about laser pointers. Likes feather toys a little bit. Doesn't like little crinkly mice. He's such a punk. Anyway, enough whinging about my cat. Let me end cycle. We're gonna stay here for a little bit. Enjoy the Greenbelt. And then maybe we'll... Oh, there we go. Those are some, rolls for art. The bad ones. It's about the process! I just know no matter what, the good rolls aren't really gonna help, so we might as well use the bad ones. You make some careful changes to the hydroponics, the shift goes quickly, and food is soon served. Alright, we're already halfway there. What about my artistic process? It's gonna, oh, this is gonna be rough. Yep, okay. Try to focus on the sketch, but your mind is on other things. You delete everything you draw. I'll get it eventually. The artist's process. I'm too busy thinking about my cat and how mad I am. Just think about the freeze-dried food and how happy he is about it. No, that didn't work either. I need to think of something else. We'll get there eventually. Alright, now we go back to sleep. It's gonna be struggles again. Nice! That should get us... We'll use the bad rolls over here real quick, but I think the rest should get us to where we need to be. Finally! You focus on a single plant, capturing its simple but elegant forms and colors. Potatoes. Potato! Think of the potato! No! The potato failed me! Fine. Let's deal with this. There we go. Another one. Oh yeah, we're finishing this today. One more. And... boom! There's talk of trouble brewing with Greenbelt's administration. Oh no. You have a natural ability with the plants. Aki's voice makes you look up from your work. It is rare. You expect Aki's typical warm smile, but she looks pale, distracted. I have something I want to discuss with you. She leads you out of the biome into the damp, rock-cut tunnels that run just under the surface, all across Greenbelt. I'm sure you've noticed the section of our fields has been lying fallow, Aki says as she glides through the low tunnel. It's been like this since I took over as administrator here. My predecessor was the one to fail it, and confidence was lost in his vision. She shakes her head. But we have been unable to recover it. No matter the crop, the preparations, nothing will take. Aki leads you through a set of double doors, and then up into a second biosphere. Immediately, you feel a difference. The air is dry, and a thin, choking dust fills the space. Oh, is that the second one? Aki puts out a hand and rubs the dust between her fingers. With its output halved, Greenbelt is under threat. She sighs. Those who wish to control this place are circling. We cannot lose our independence. Hell no, I'm not leaving you guys to Utsubo. I'll destroy them. But I wasn't always in the belt. Aki stares out at the dry landscape. I was born on a moon, Ember's Step, a failed experiment in terraforming from before the collapse. We survived by cultivating the dust. I came here, like many, in the shadow of the war. My ship lost. Aki pauses and takes a moment, the loss still fresh in her mind. But it held the key. Aki looks to you, and perhaps holds it still. She wipes the dust from her fingers. Step silk, a plant that thrives in the dry and the dust, a plant that might thrive here. Oh no, so did something happen on their way out? 'Cause we know the singers got away, they broke away from the flotilla. So I wonder what happened. Is the other guy still alive? I forget his name. They come back to me when I see their faces, but the one we met first. The one from Ember's Song? No, that was the singers. Something. You know who I'm talking about. He must be around here somewhere. I wonder what happened. But I'll find it. I've seen your ship and you've shown me you're to be trusted. I want you to go to the remains of my own, the wind's long shadow, and try to recover anything we might use. A plant, a husk, a seed, anything. It is a desperate step. She frowns and looks away. Where's the ship? The wind's long shadow lies wrecked beyond the sunward edge of the belt, beyond Helion Gate. Aki pauses. I do not know what remains. My crew and I were lucky to escape. That's good at least. Greenbelt has reserves of cryo for moments like these. We will pay you for the retrieval, of course, depending on what you're able to retrieve. Aki sighs. This is our final recourse. I hope I will not be judged as harshly as my predecessor. I can offer you fuel for the trip from our reserves. She bows slightly. The journey to Helion Gate and the wreck beyond will require it. Gotcha. Come. Aki turns. Let us go back to where the green things grow. She smiles. It is a better place to consider the future together. And Aki leads you away from the barren biosphere, the doors scissoring shut behind you. Whoa! Okay. Wow, I mean, we already have enough fuel, but thank you. So we need to go and find that stuff, and this is urgent. Wind's long shadow, okay. Ooh, 100 cryo per husk. Okay, so we need to be careful. So do we need to go to Helion's Gate? Oh, I think we do. Okay, so we're at the Hollow, Greenbelt. We need to go to Helion Gate to get that contract. Okay, so we should do that soon, and we'll do that after we finish our artistic process. It's important! We'll also feed the cat. And source supplies will be the next one we do. Alright, let's see what we can do. Come on, we can do this. No! Even the 4? Oh, see, this is why I didn't want to waste any good rolls on them. There we go. 1 plant. Just focus on the 1 plant. Eggplant. No, I don't like eggplant. Celery. Is celery a vegetable? Maybe it was. Maybe that's why it worked. Carrots. I love carrots. Steamed carrots? Ooh, baby. Yes! Alright, 1 more cycle should do it. Yeah, I think that should be good. Okie dokie. I'm just waiting. Imagine she brings up the singers and then we have to be like, oh yeah, about them. We kinda do know where they are. Oh my god. I was hoping to not have to use the 6s, but I'm just rolling really bad. Okay, 1. I swear if this fails. Oh my god. It's like a 75% chance! There we go. Dappled light and shades of yellow and green make Greenbelt a unique place in all the belts. Nice, we got it. And we're gonna get another one because we're gonna go to Helion Gate. So let me eat some num-nums real quick. We'll grab a little bit more supplies, just to be sure. There we go. And to Helion Gates. Ooh, 7, yeah, okay. It is kind of fuel expensive. But we're on a mission. Oh yeah, this is Helion Gate. I forgot about that. Gate structure. Data scraping, cutaway scrap. We might as well use these rolls, because we're not going to take them with us, so I'll use the 2 to grab some scrap. Because we gotta run back to the far spindle anyway, might as well use it. There we go. Seized cargo. Was there anything else I missed here? I don't think so. So... derelict fuel storage. Alright, let's... where is it? There it is. Aki, administrator of Greenbelt, has asked for you to recover the remains of the steppe silk crop from the refugee ship she arrived at the belt in. Gotcha. Alright, it's risky but not dangerous, so I think we should be okay. We're definitely gonna need to gather some fuel to get back, though. We got this. Who we bring in? I think this is one of the first contracts where we haven't had people locked. How about we bring... Nia? And... Cadet? Yeah. Or should we do Junie and Cadet? No, we need Nia at the very least for that sweet Intuit that I don't have. So we'll do that for now. And we'll take everyone with us. We will be back. Where are we? Ooh. The wind's long shadow floats. Ooh, those are some good rolls. Broken open at the sunward edge of the belt. One of the refugee ships that made the fraught journey out to the belt from the inner system before the war truly took hold. The wind's long shadow is a monument now, and a warning to any other vessel that might stray sunward. I don't like this place, Nia speaks up from the back of the cockpit. These were refugees. There's no mercy to be found out here. Oh yeah, that's true. We gotta watch out for convoy drones, probably. It's hard to imagine that this cold, dead place might hold some key to the future of a settlement as verdant as Greenbelt, but that is why you're here. Steppe silk husks. That's what Aki said. The crop she brought from her home, carried out with the refugees. If there's anything left, it'll be your job to continue its journey from this place. This is no salvage job, Sleeper. Seraphin gets up from his cockpit seat. You need to be delicate. The more of those things we can get out, the more Aki will pay. Not to be totally mercenary, Seraphin winks at you. I get it. You look out at the wreck, shrouded in debris. Delicate. Right. Time to put that to the test. We got this. Ooh, you guys don't got this. Those are some bad rolls. Okay, broken dust house, crop processing, storage vault. Let's see, what have we got? I might be willing to push right away, just so we get stuff done. But we'll see. Let's check first. Sector search. Sifting through the clouds of dirt, sector by sector, is the safest way to uncover any husks that might have survived. Clear dust house. The dust house is full of dirt and shrapnel. Clearing it might unearth some husks, but it might also destroy them. Step silk dig. Digging through the remains of the old dust house is an act of hope. Can anything have survived this? Fragile husks. The step silk husks in dust are easily exposed. One wrong move and they'll be destroyed forever. Well, we don't want that. Okay, storage vault. Scan for husks. There are a lot of containers to search. Scanning for organic material would help, but the debris is still an issue. Search for husk. The ship's vault is full of sealed containers that might hold a protected step silk husk, but it's also full of dangerous debris. Okay, yeah, we'll watch out for that. Wait, what was this one called? Crop processing, gotcha. Alright. Cut open bays. Systematically cutting open bays to find husks is safer and smarter, but slower than tearing them open. Break open bays. The split in the ship has revealed layers of bays and machines for processing step silk. Breaking them open might reveal forgotten husks. Step silk search. Finding step silk husks left behind in the processing bays will take care, patience, and a little luck. Depressurization. The bays are leaking atmosphere, and your search is making it worse. If they lose it all, any husks will be destroyed. I bet we can get a good amount as long as we play our cards right. First things first, this seems like the quickest one to do. But I really want to make sure we have high rolls for stuff. We got 3 places to look, and we've got 5 to do it. This one might be the only one I can do, unless Cadet gets some really good rolls. This one Cadet can't do, but Nia can, and I can, technically. And this one I can do, and Nia can do. Okay. Cadet, you have 1 job, so I'm gonna push. Because we might as well. I don't know if I'm willing to do the 5s, though. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I think a push was worth it, though. So let's search for husks. Shifting containers into an area clear of debris before searching makes things safe and faster. And then again. There we go. Already about halfway on that one. I can clear the dust house. I can do that one. I'm not gonna use the lower rolls, though. Let's see. Yee! There we go. Identifying which parts of the dust house can be safely cleared means avoiding losing husks. There we go. Yeah, I think we should be able to do this as long as we're slow and steady. I can't rush through it like I did on the last job where we got a lot of stress. Cadet, speaking of, I don't know if I'm willing to risk even a 5. Because they're both danger. So I assume that means that something's gonna break if we do that, so I may just rest. We'll end the cycle, and we'll see what we could do from here. Okay, those are alright. I think we could at the very least do this, not this one. Could possibly do the 5s, but I don't know. We may just have Nia finish that. That might be for the best. Because this would take 3. We don't have that. Let's have Nia finish this one. Sector search. And we can say we helped. Search is complete. There's nothing else to find here. Okay, we found 1 husk. A fragile step silk husk. The remains of Aki's precious crop recovered from the wreck. That's one thing down. Storage vault, crop processing. Both of these are danger, but I can get up to 5 with them. I just... I just don't know. Don't know if I want to risk it for the biscuit, you know what I mean? Alright, well that's not bad. Perfectly judged. I think we will... I know my rolls are alright, but I would really like to get as many husks as possible, so we're gonna end cycle again. There we go. Supplied, no energy loss still. You'll love to see it. Don't love to see cadets' rolls, they've been really bad. But we're not gonna look at them. If we don't look at them, they're not real. Oh, not this one. We can't do that one. Nia can do this one. I can do the other one. There we go. The search is complete. There's nothing else to find here. 2 husks. What about over here? I do have a plus to these. So now we can start this one, which is probably going to take the longest time. By following the markings on the bays, it is possible to make selective cuts and search more efficiently. I'll only push if Cadet has enough to get to a 6, but I think we're cruising right now. Okay, we can't feed the cat. Which is good, because I was worried I was forgetting to do that on contracts. We can feed the cat when we get back. Ooh, look at everyone's rolls! Love it! We'll see how far I can get, and then I'll see if I'll push. Because if we're leaving, then I might as well, right? There we go. By following the markings on the bays, it's possible to make selective cuts. Love to see it, love to see it. There we go. We'll stay one more. We'll rest one more time. Hopefully there's nothing else that's gonna happen. Because if there is, then we are so out of supplies. But this is the least stressed we've been in a while. Okay, there we go. That's worth a push. Nice. Why don't you finish it off, Cadet? You haven't done anything yet. Sorry. I didn't know what, like a true spindlejack indeed. Yeah, you could carry the husks, that's true. There we go. Ooh, retrieve all 3 step silk husks from the wreck. Search is complete, there's nothing else to find here. We got him. If the wreck wasn't dead before, now, scoured for the final husks of life, it surely must be. As Seraphin starts up the drive, you give the wind's long shadow a final look in its resting place. It's hard to feel sad about another chunk of scrap orbiting in a system that is made of nothing but the scrap of past regimes. But the people who lived on and built this ship? Those people are worth a moment of memory. You think of them as you prepare to leave and hope that they, like Aki, have been carried on to new lives beyond the desperation of escape. And those that didn't get out, you hope your passing through this place did not disturb them. Alright, I think we're ready to go. That was lovely, though. We made it out. Okay. Contract concluded, you can now travel back. Once you leave, you will not be able to return. That is okay. We finished the contract, we got all 3 husks, which was the most we could get, it seems. Now we need to grab some fuel, and I think we'll run right back to, there. There we go. I'm willing to do a little riskiness on this one. And we didn't lose any dice that time! Did you notice that? That's good. There we go, that's nice. That's enough. We'll feed the cat. Oh, yep, I need to actually get in there first. Feed the cat. There we go. And can we grab some more supplies? Yeah, we might as well try. Because otherwise we're leaving with none. We're gonna have to stock up either way, but... Nope, that didn't work. Alright, you know, it's a good thing I grabbed that, because suddenly I'm feeling hungry. We'll get some more food at the, we'll eat this one, and then we'll get more food at Greenbelt, which we're gonna go right back to. And then maybe we'll stop at Far Spindle, why not? We need to go that way anyway. We return to Greenbelt. That is so much of our fuel. It's alright. You bring the step silk husks you gathered from the wind's long shadow to Aki, and she is pleased as you would expect. You meet her on the bridge overlooking green fields, the Greenbelt workers quietly toiling below while the air recycler's wind gently rustles the leaves of the crops. Sleeper! Aki holds the husks to her chest. Thank you. These are a new beginning for us. Aki pauses, knitting her brow. How was she, the wind's long shadow? She must have been beautiful once, and I know she was. Aki smiles. She truly was. She looks down. Until they killed her. Aki sighs and looks out at the Greenbelt fields. Everyone must die in the end. The belt makes wrecks of us all. She looks back at you. But what have you brought me? This is new life. Give us time, and we will need to clear and reseed the other biosphere. Aki bows. I hope you will return to us when the work is done. She presses a handful of chits into your hand. Thank you. She meets your eye. You watch her carry the husks gently away, glowing with the promise of fresh growth. Damn! That's so much money! What have we got here? Weaver's Fields. Ooh, Aki is working to integrate the step silk into the biome, shoring up Greenbelt. You should come back when she's done. I absolutely will! Hell yeah, I will. Alright, let's quickly get some food and fuel for the journey, because we're gonna need it. And some supplies. There we go. And can we go straight to Farspindle? Just like skirt? Oh, come on. We could skirt around that. Alright, we'll take the long way. Do I need to do art at Helion Gate anyway? I might have missed that. We'll find out. We gotta run there anyway. Huh, interesting. I swear I was just here. No, I don't think we do. I don't think we need to do art here. Kinda wish we could. This place has its charm in a way. Alright, now, Farspindle. Whee! New location discovered. Really? Spindle's Edge? Was that it? Oh, no, it's not. New location where? Oh, Spindleview, there it is. Okay. Just very quick before I go and deliver these. I need to work on some art. As you draw, you wonder who added the layers of paint. There are so many cycles of texture. The spindle is a tower of mismatched painted panels. It's time to take it all in. There we go. This is definitely gonna work. Oh, it did! I'm always shocked when it actually does. It did not that time, but that's okay. It's all part of the process. The process! Fuck! The process! There we go, halfway. Was there anything else that I missed? Not right now. We just have a delivery to make. Nemba, please don't be mad at me. This is how they gave it to me. They did this, I didn't. You bring the spore crates to the kitchen's loading dock. Some of the volunteers come out to say hi. Hey guys! Sorry it took me so long. I was in a hostage situation for a little while, and by that I mean I was stranded and betrayed. But I'm back, and then I almost died again. And then I had to save someone else from almost dying. It's rough out there. You remembered us. Nemba appears at the loading dock, slate in hand as you load the crates into the back of the kitchen. I'm a little surprised. You look at the chef. He looks tired, though his sharp eyes haven't dulled in the time between your meetings. Happy to surprise you. Well, I'm not that surprised, he smiles, but it's still a pleasant feeling. Nemba glides over to a crate to take a look. He squints at the crumpled corners and bent lids. Not in great condition, though. How long have those been bouncing around in your hold? They were like that already. I know that sounds like a lie, but it's true. Now that I can believe. They didn't bother to bring them to the right station after all. I have a place picked out in one of the bays to cultivate these. Warm, damp, near the air recyclers. He pushes one of the crates gently into the kitchen. Shouldn't take too long before we have mushrooms to cook. You follow Nemba into the kitchen, remembering your shifts working here. They were long, but the company was good, and as with all things, the difficulties have faded with time, leaving a golden sheen behind. Nemba seems to catch the way you're looking at the kitchen. Much the same as before, I'm sure you've noticed, but twice as oversubscribed. Each cycle, more refugees come out of the inner system. The war isn't going anywhere. Nemba pushes the crate into a storage rack and pulls netting across it. They disperse across the belt, of course, but many don't make it much farther than the overhang, especially if they can't work. It's not just food, either. We need blankets, housing. Nemba suddenly pauses and shoots you a look over his glasses. Tell me, how was the Greenbelt? Well run. Aki is great. I heard it was organized as a cooperative, all the workers sharing in trade of their goods, but no chits exchanged, only resources for the colony. Nemba watches you closely. Oh, no, I had to pay for the spores. Well, they can't all be saints, he smiles. I'm sorry for that. I mention it because, well, it might be the kind of place to offer aid to the people here. Nemba sighs. I regret being a mercenary, but waiting for benevolent helpers doesn't work. Apart from preset exceptions, of course. I can speak to them. They might be willing to help. It's worth a shot? Nemba looks you in the eye. But you need their trust first. Earn that, then talk. You have a feeling Nemba was waiting for your suggestion. Here. He takes one of the crates of spores. I'm sure they could use these. Take them as a gift. He pushes it to you. But don't begin with the spores. Begin by understanding what they need from you. Trust me. You have a feeling Nemba is good at getting what he wants. Meanwhile, I have meal prep to begin. He takes a deep breath. Thank you for the spores. Really. I will keep asking for help. You have to forgive me for that. He smiles. It doesn't mean I don't understand what you're giving. Now, get out of here. Nemba waves you away with your crate of packed spores, his expression somehow both withering and encouraging at the same time. Thanks! Oh, we got more upgrade points. Well, you'll love to see it. We're getting closer. So, I don't want to take these to the Greenbelt right away, just because I want to wait for that stuff to be done, so maybe we'll do a circle. Because we have the money, so I'm going to do a circle, and then I want to paint the places as we go by them, and then we'll run back to... Yeah, we're just going to do like a quick tour of everywhere we can. Speaking of, is Wellspring open again? Not yet. Blockade in effect. Okay, yeah. So we can't go there yet. But I could go everywhere else. And we might as well, right? So let's rest here real quick. Those are all right. Oh, we need to be sourcing some fuel. What am I doing? There we go. Get that view. And now let's struggle. Most of these are gonna be 50-50. Not good odds for me. This is why I don't gamble. I know my luck. See, look at that. Oh. Maybe? Nope. I was gonna say I'm going to a casino if it worked, but it didn't. We'll feed the cat. There we go. And we will end cycle. Ooh, those are nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, we should be able to do this. We'll start with the bad one first. Nope, of course not. It couldn't be that easy. Never going to a casino. There we go. Painted hull plates, transit tunnels, and old ship frames give the far spindle its distinctive look. Got another one. And I'll use the rest of my rolls down here. Might as well. I don't know if this will do anything for the spindle itself, but it's nice to get a little bit more cryo. Get back in the 800s. Nice. Alright. You know what? Why don't we've been to Helion Gate. We have stuff to do on Holmes Rock anyway. Maybe we stop here, get the art if there is some, and then, can't go there. but we can run to the flotsam after that. So let's start here. That's gonna take most of our fuel, but it's alright. Okay, where's this? Ah, old relay. Here we go. Oh, this is something we have to work on. Pulling a clean array from the Solheim relay is a tricky job, especially given the state of the facility. Disengage systems, the arrays in the relay are hooked up to the old terminals. Safely disengaging these will allow clean extraction. Cut connections. Within the relay there are multiple arrays that Kimball could use. You need to find and cut out the best one. Okay. Is there a location here? I don't think there is. I'm taking a look around, I don't see anything. No, there isn't. Okay. So then I guess we'll just work on this real quick. We're here. I thought it was going to be a contract, honestly. But that's okay. We could definitely do this. Nice. You managed to find a network controller for the terminals, allowing you to shut off multiple units at a time. We'll do this one. There we go. And we'll try this one. Only because it becomes positive or neutral. It's a tiring process, but working slowly means a clean cut. There we go. The risky one will be this one, which we've seen my luck today. Oh, surprisingly, that was alright. Alright, old fabricator, Senna's rest. What can I do with this again? Oh yeah, print components. Only has a few prints left before it's a pile of scrap. Well, let me buy a meal. I'm not gonna sell my engine components, who knows when I'll need that. But I am going to rest. We'll scavenge for fuel while we're here. We just need enough to get to circle around. Wellspring must have a place, right? That I need to go? I don't know, I'm just assuming. I guess we'll see. Nice. Nice. Just need one more. Ah, an array has been extracted. Now you just need to get it back to Kimball in the hollow. There we go. That's another thing done. How much does it take to get to Flotsam? Okay, it takes 2. Let's do it, why not? These are the side quests I was talking about. We might as well finish them. We'll sell some raw scrap, get a little bit of money back. It's not like I'm gonna use it for anything. I could have at the far spindle, but I forgot. There we go. Pretty good, pretty good. And then grab. We only need like a little bit of fuel. I think this is the place with cheap fuel. Yes, it is. We just need 2. There we go. That'll get us there. We'll circle around to the Flotsam, see if there's art to paint there, and if not, we'll go back. Or we'll head back, I should say. Is there a view here? No. That's okay. We'll just get some more money real quick. Fill our fuel. And then keep going. Maybe I should just have them on supplies for now. That seems to be what we grab the most. We're just going on a little tour. Just for fun. Nice, that's alright. There we go, that's nice, beautiful. Let's switch you guys over to sourcing supplies. Since we're running all over the place, they won't really have enough time to fill up the fuel, but we're not going on any contracts right now, so we'll just buy some fuel. Kind of expensive, but you gotta do what you gotta do when you're going on a wild tour. Okay, and then we go down here to the scatter yards. Oh yeah, let's see if we can change our ship. I don't know. We might as well, we'll check and see if we got everything. I don't know if we have. But this is the best way to go to find out, and then we'll stop at the Hollow. We're almost done our tour. We should be tour guides. Oh? Sleeper, Surya booms as he meets you inside his yard. I couldn't be happier to see you. Tell me, did you find inspiration out there, in the belt? He grins widely. I did. Let me see your work. He holds out a hand and you pass him this color slate. Lovely. He scrolls through the sketches. I'll pass your designs on to my crews, where they will build on them. Surya gestures to the yards. They are the best ship fitters in all the belt, as you know. If you come to the yard and speak with them, you may choose whichever design you desire. Surya squints at the slate. This hollow drawing is really quite interesting. He reaches into his tool belt and produces a stack of chits. The remainder of your fee. Our business is concluded. Oh, we got them all! He nods, adding a little bow to his movement. I'm a busy man and must get back to my business, but thank you again for helping to build a legacy for my yard. Surya folds his arms across his chest. I believe you have work to see to. But imagine, if you will, flying out on your next contract in a fresh livery, a beautiful reinvention from Surya's yard. He gestures widely. When your clients ask why your rig is so beautiful, feel free to send them to me. Surya smiles, bows, and turns to leave. You watch Surya go, still unsure if his entire attitude is an act, meant to confuse you into consent. He's a hard man to dislike, but there is something about him you can't quite put a finger on. Either way, it's hard to not feel a little bit thankful for the chance he gave you to look at the belt with new eyes. Even if it was while flying one of the most garish ships the belt has ever seen, I thought the colors were nice. But whatever. Ooh, unlock all possible rig paint jobs. We gotta drive! Okay, what do we want to upgrade? Well, I think we should do interface. That way we have a +1 with at least everything. And then we can start working towards +2s. I just like nice, even things, you know? Hopefully we'll have enough quests to level up everything, but even if we don't, that's alright. Alright, what colors we got? Let's see. Rig, spindle, stock, or Greenbelt. Let's start with Greenbelt. I want to see what the Greenbelt looks like. Whoa, that's pretty. Okay, that's pretty nice. But let's look at all of them, because you know what? I have the fucking money, and I want to know what my money's getting me. Alright, let's see the spindle colors. Oh, that's really pretty too. I like the patchwork. What about rig? Oh, return the ship to the old colors. Okay, there's only 3 options. But let's see. Ooh, wow. That looks almost like straight up like a Star Wars ship. And, not really my style. Let's go with Greenbelt. I like that one. Greenbelt it is, at least for now. Maybe we'll change it later, but I like the green. Green's one of my favorite colors next to purple. And gold. Wonder how Marco's doing. I hope he's okay. I'm still mad at him, but, you know. Alright, let's see. We'll fill up on fuel while we're here just because it's cheap. And we'll run to the belt, to the hollow real quick, and then back to Greenbelt to see what they're up to. Ooh, look at those rolls. Beautiful. Take this. There we go. You've provided the array. Kimball just needs to get it running. You wait in the makeshift Helion dispatches studio as Kimball tinkers with the array somewhere in the back, behind the far wall. It's a humble setup, a stool for Cyrene, a microphone, the transmitter, and a mixer terminal, and the hard line snaking away towards the array, but there's something pleasing about it all the same. The crackling sound of fresh welds echoes through the bay from Kimball's concealed position. You hope the array you struggled to extract wasn't getting fried as you wait. You're here! Good. Cyrene rushes in, holding a small, dark rectangle in her hand. You will not believe what we have here. She looks around the bay. Where's Kimball? Installing the array. You mean... Cyrene smiles. We're going back on air? Before you can answer, she leaps forward, grabbing you in a surprisingly firm hug. Yes, friendship! Cyrene lets you go. Sorry, she smiles. Just so excited to finally be back! Kimball! She shouts towards the back of the bay. How long for that new array? A muffled shout comes from behind the rear wall. Okay, Cyrene takes a steadying breath. We have a little time. What have you got there? This broadcast is from Erlen's Eye. Wait, the Eye? Cyrene's eyes flash. We haven't heard anything out of them since the start of the war. Some people even said they've fallen to the flux. But something is happening there. Something is growing. This report says some protocol has taken over the station, become its protector. Conway drones can't get close. Senate stat is giving it a wide berth. Oh my god, is it the oh my god! That's so cool! Our sleeper did that! They're right in the middle of the war. Conway on the starward side, Senate stat on the sunward, and they're resisting. Cyrene smiles. We have to tell everyone in the belt about this. We have to get the word out. If the Eye can be held, well, maybe we can hold out too. Cyrene looks at the drive in her hand. Either way, people need to know. There's a sudden clunk and a few percussive shouts from Kimball, and then a flickering of lights all across the bay as the transmitter and array begin powering up. You okay, Kimball? You and Cyrene watch the Helion Dispatch's studio come to life, ready to broadcast once more. Not bad, Cyrene leans on your shoulder. Not bad at all. A shout comes from Kimball, and you know he's calling for Cyrene to get ready. That's my signal, she grins. Oh, I almost forgot. Cyrene produces a handful of chits. Turns out we have some avid listeners in the Radius markets. She deposits them into your hands. All right, Cyrene takes a breath. I need to go live. She flashes you a smile. Thank you. I'll make sure we make good use of that array. This will mean something. Kimball bellows something from the back of the room, something you can only assume is a thank you. You leave the Belt's most unusual double act to their broadcast, and as you do, you hear Cyrene's voice echoing through the bay. This is Cyrene Saber back on the air to wish you all a free Helion now and forever. Hell yeah. That's so cool that the Eye is still out there and surviving, especially in the middle of a war. Our sleeper's just that badass. Especially if we think about our sleeper, who's probably still there, too, because we didn't leave, we stayed. And so, they're safe, probably. Oh god, I wonder what Bliss feels about this and stuff. Who knows? All I know is that our sleeper is there, and it sounds like they're safe, and all the stuff we did is going to keep the Eye safe, hopefully. At least for now. But we did that. That was us. Badass. Or at least I'm pretty sure. If my memory serves me correctly. Which most of the time it doesn't, but let's not think about that. Instead, let's get some money and rush back to the Greenbelt real quick. This is already an hour long, but I just want to run back and see how they're doing. We started at the Greenbelt, we might as well end at the Greenbelt, especially with our brand new ship. Ooh, we've got over 1,000 cryo. Look at us. I'm so proud of us. Alright, to the map again. And to the belt. We have just enough fuel to get there. Oh! Whoa, look at it! That's beautiful! The biosphere, once barren, is transformed. Where it was once dry and gray, it now swirls with amber dust, a hazy cloud cut through the bone-white tendrils of steppe silk. Aki, in a mask and goggles, lets the biosphere's circulating air play with the end of her scarf, twirling and twisting, even threatening to rip from her neck. That scarf, she has explained, is woven from the bast fibers of the steppe silk itself. That is why this place was known as Weaver's Fields, for the workshops of Greenbelt residents creating fabric from its steppe silk fibers. Weavers who fled from Ember Steppe and those taught afresh by Aki herself. Isn't it beautiful? Aki asks, her eyes glowing. Ember Steppe, reborn on this rock, but not as an archive, as something new. The plants themselves are reconfigured. The steppe silk adapts well to the microgravity, even thrives, and the dust itself becomes a cloud that surrounds it. Aki points to a tendril stretching across the space. What was once a burrowing plant is now a bridging plant. Like us, it protects itself across empty space, pushing out into new conditions. Aki looks at you. Sorry, I'm rambling. This place does that to me. Her chuckle is muffled by her mask. It is beautiful. Aki bows. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Let's leave the dust house. We can talk more easily outside. She shepherds you through some nearby double doors, the space between blasting you with air to clean away the dust. You find yourself in a sparse room, racks of unfamiliar tools on the wall, slit-like windows looking out into the amber dust storm. This is just the beginning for us. Aki has slipped off her mask, and her voice is crisp and bright above the rumbling air recyclers. The steppe silk is already being harvested, retted, and woven. This is no synthetic fiber from Darkside looms. This is natural fabric out here in this unnatural place. Oh, another way to take Darkside down. Fuck Utsubo. Oh wait, and Nemba can use that, right? He was talking about blankets. Aki brushes a little dust away. We will trade it and get what Greenbelt needs to stay stable, to feed its people. I'm the administrator, but the workers are the owners here, and we will make a future for ourselves from our work. Aki shrugs. We control our path. What more could we want? Silence falls in the room. The idea of such a future so desirable that it's almost painful. An idea that haunts you. You can spend as much time here as you like. Aki breaks the silence, somehow aware of your thoughts. I find the noise soothes me. Thank you. Aki bows gently. Aki pauses. There's something you want to ask me. She smiles. I can see it right there, on the tip of your tongue. I'll tell you, why not? Aki listens carefully as you talk about the refugees in the Far Spindle, and the possibility of setting up a mutual relationship between them and Greenbelt. The Far Spindle is a long way from here. She sighs. Come, find me in my unit later. We can discuss more then. You leave Aki in her dust house, surrounded by the landscape of her homeworld, one of many creatures born on that parched moon that is in the process of transforming into something new. That's beautiful. And we got a new location, too. Aki's unit. 2 upgrade... Whoa! Already? Okay, I just looked it up. I can only have 1 push activated in each tier. So... I don't think I want to do that anymore. Push affects both crew dice is too good to drop. And we get +3 either way, so I think we're good where we are now. I guess we could switch to this, but I don't know. We're gonna save it. So for now, let's focus on our own skills, because we can do a lot more if we upgrade. So I think let's get a +2. Let's get a +2 to engineer first. I think that's worth it. Because now, ooh, that's gonna be really good. As long as we always have someone with Intuit with us, I think we should be able to handle most things. Alright, Aki's unit. Aki is working in her new unit. Now the steppe silk is established and Greenbelt stable. It seems the right time to bring Nemba's spores. Here you go. Take them. Spores! Aki looks at the crate of spores with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. The well-traveled crate does appear very rough at this point. It does. I'm sorry. I didn't do it, I swear. Come in. The door of Aki's unit slides open, and you see her perched at the terminal, her face pale in the blue light of the screen. You've not seen her in this setting before. She seems paler, older when she isn't surrounded by the soft light of biomes. Just one moment. Her eyes do not leave the screen, and she leans in closer, squinting at some detail. You get the sense that this is her least favorite part of her administrative position. We need to get you some reading glasses. She sighs and looks up. Done. Immediately, her eyes are drawn to the crate you carry. What have you brought me? Spores! It reminds me of that one song from Sleeping Beauty. Scumps! Scumps! Spores! A toast to the spores! Spores? Her eyes light up. Let me see. As she unlocks the worn catches on the crate, you explain about Nemba and his work to feed the refugees in the underhang. You aren't sure Aki is listening, though. She seems too eager to see inside the crate. Aki manages to get the lid open and lifts a dented canister out of the inside. She turns it, peering through the small windows at the dusty-looking translucent sheet curled inside. Spore prints! She looks at you. This is quite a gift. From this Nemba, you said. She carefully slots the canister away. We will make good use of these. The tunnels under Greenbelt will make an excellent mushroom garden. She smiles to herself. I was lucky enough to be taught how to tend to mushrooms by a true expert. Aw, who was that? I say, flat, like blinking my eyelashes really sweetly and softly and smugly. Someone from my journey here, a botanist on Erlin's Eye. She was very kind to us. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Aki smiles. She would have liked to meet you. I would like to meet Nemba. Perhaps we can find some commonality. She glances over her shoulder at her terminal. But I can't leave Greenbelt. Not now. She looks at you sheepishly. She had the two fingers touching together. It's like, please? I'm a little nervous to ask this of you, given your ferrying back and forth of messages and deliveries, but would you bring Nemba here so we can speak? Gladly. Aki smiles. I hoped that would be the case. A shrill beep begins emanating from Aki's terminal. Ah, she smiles. The Weavers. I need to speak to them. You make your way out of the unit as Aki takes a deep breath, then accepts the incoming transmission. One more run from Greenbelt to Farspindle and back again. At least you aren't carrying spores this time. Alright, one more run. We got it in us, I think. This is already an hour long. Why not keep going? I'd love to see the storyline all the way through, anyway. Especially for an old friend like Aki. Fill the fuel. And then we shall... Where's our ship? Ship? There you are. Sorry, I lost you for a second there. And back to the Farspindle. I will get back to you when we're there. Ah, if only we could get through that. Whatever. Take the long way. What? Oh! You're the first to notice them. Small, white, smooth shapes at the boundaries between hull plates, and the seams of paneling curling out from beneath the vents. Oh! Mushrooms dotted here and there, all across the cargo bay. Mushrooms growing on your ship. This doesn't seem very hygienic. Bliss floats next to you, surveying the scattering of pale caps in the cargo bay. It's hard not to agree, although you doubt spores and fungi have a significant effect on your body. Not that you've risked it before. We should vent the cargo bay. Seraphin's voice crackles through the cargo bay's speakers. He's flying the ship, but you updated him on your new passengers. This is what comes from having spores and wonky crates sitting in your bay cycle after cycle. Bliss shrugs. They don't seem to be hurting anyone. They float over to a cap and tear it off at the stem. We know from Nemba that these are edible, so... We could farm them? We're always short of supplies. That's very true, especially with the cat. Seraphin's voice buzzes through the speakers. But a few caps don't make a meal. Bliss inspects the caps. I do like a good mushroom. They sniff it. Back on the eye, they had these matsutake that smelled amazing. You look over the cargo bay. It doesn't get used much. Most of your hulls fit comfortably in one quarter. There's plenty of room to isolate a little growing area, maybe with some plastic sheets. Or you could just open the hatch and let the void of space sterilize the whole place for you as you fly. After all, if these things get into the air recyclers, you could have a serious problem on your hands. And who knows what they might do to the wiring. You doubt either decision will bother Nemba, at least. His spores are delivered and you have a free hand to choose. Keep the mushrooms! Bliss holds the cap to their mouth and then thinks better of it. They squint at you. Are you sure? Yes, why not? We'll still need to figure out how to harvest and prepare them. Bliss slips the cap into a pocket. But I think it's a good call. You hope they're right. The rig is busy enough without adding extra ecosystems into the mix. We have so many passengers. As you leave the cargo bay, you suddenly realize you've taken on yet another project. It's becoming a habit. Maybe that's what we'll need the engine for. Decide not to clear the cargo bay out, Mushroom Samba. Why would I? Can't we use the spores? So what do we have to do? Rig cargo bay. Isolate bay, find caps. Putting on plastic sheeting to isolate a section of the bay for farming is a big job and takes focus and patience. Turns out that turning a cargo bay into a mushroom farm is more work than you thought. This will take a while. Not with my rolls! It's still gonna take a little bit, but we'll get there. Farm is coming along nicely, and you find yourself looking forward to finally seeing its fruiting bodies bloom. Can we get a little further? Maybe? Perhaps? That's alright, that's okay. This one is probably not gonna go good, but worth a shot. Oh, okay. Section by section, you isolate the bay, and there's pride to be found in slow work. Alright, well, then we'll finish up that job when we get back to Nemba. We have to take him back anyway. Can we make it? We can! Nemba, can you please lend me some fuel? Oh shit, look at those rolls! Let's finish right now. There we go, use this one, get that plus. Yes, the farm is ready. Now it's time to figure out how to harvest. And how do we do that? Oh, whoa, okay. Harvest mushrooms. There's no more mushrooms in the farm. You'll need to wait for some to grow. Okay. Farm is working, but you'll have to wait for fruiting bodies to grow before you can harvest them for supplies. But now we have, like, supplies. That's great. Hell yeah. Alright, Nemba. Oh, need fuel to get him to Greenbelt. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Thank goodness we've been saving up some money. I was like, are those... I hesitated for a second because I was like, are those ship mines? There's no way we can get ship mines. 10? But no, we don't. We don't need to. Where's fuel? Aha! Okie dokie. Nemba's kitchen. We have the fuel. Is he taking this fuel from me, or are we using it to get there? Oh! I didn't even get to read that! I guess it's just taking us there? Whoa! It did! Aki comes to meet Nemba at the entrance to Greenfields. You can tell she is in full administrator mode. Her bows are precise, her words carefully chosen, but her manner is not without its distinctive warmth. Nemba responds in kind, taking a diplomatic tone, but with a wry grin for her benefit. As Aki provides the tour, you watch them from one of the bridges, their conversation muffled by the greenery all around. They both look at home amongst the growing things, hands reaching out to touch stray leaves, faces dappled with sunlight. When Nemba returns afterwards, you aren't surprised to see him pleased. Plans are in motion, Sleeper. Nemba smiles for a moment, then catches himself. Optimistic plans. What did you negotiate? It is, I hope, a mutually useful agreement. She graciously offered a regular supply of step silk cloth for clothing and construction of shelter in the bays of the underhang. We are also going to see about settling people here, in Greenbelt, to work with the farmers. Nemba sighs. It's always a little strange to talk like this about the lives of people who have been exposed to so much suffering, but we do them no benefit to couch our words in platitudes. Nemba looks out at the green fields. Aki understands that. She is a refugee herself. She fled her moon many cycles ago. Nemba squints. We share that as well. You fled the war? I did. Does that change how you see me? Nemba sighs. Would it have made you treat me differently? He sniffs. Sorry, I'm being unfair. I just find that there is an expectation that if I'm a refugee, I must be desperate, I must beg for aid, show my suffering. Nemba folds his arms. I prefer to make plain requests, or even better, strong demands. You think of the back-and-forth journeys made for both Aki and Nemba, and the aid that was asked of you. Would you have done the same if the requests hadn't been so strong, the demands so obvious? Speaking to Aki, I could see she has experienced the same treatment, though I think she is less hardened by it. We both have our own reasons to do what we do, for why we enjoy it in our own ways. We don't need to explain ourselves to others. Nemba looks over his glasses at you. I'm glad to have met her. Thank you for your part in it. I'm glad to help. What I like about you, Sleeper, is that I believe you when you say that. Nemba smiles wryly. Oh, now you do? I will stay a little longer. Aki has promised to send me back to the Far Spindle with the first shipment of fabric. I will then gather those who wish to come here and send them back in the same freighter. He smiles warmly at the view of the green fields. The exchange begins. The work never ends. You say your goodbyes and leave Nemba on the bridge, enjoying the dappled light. After all the shuttling of spores across the belt, you finally have a clear view of Aki and Nemba, and their response to their own hardships. They're not saints, acting from a position of purity, but pragmatics, with an intent to change those things that once marked them. The future they will build together is one you're eager to see. Heck yeah! Look at that! Oh my goodness, the Greenbelt is thriving! We love to see it. And we love to see the spores! They're growing! That's so nice. Alright, well, holy heck, we got a lot done today. What are we gonna do next? I didn't expect all of that to happen so fast. Honestly, I thought we were gonna stop at Holmes Rock because we would have to do a mission or something, but I guess not. Okay, we can't get through the irradiated zone, so I think we're gonna go to the Hollow and then drop to the Oliveira. So maybe we should run there right now? We might as well, right? Oh, we need the fuel. Okay, hang on. We'll gather some fuel. and then we'll run to the hollow, because we're going to focus on the main quest again next time. Wait. Yeah, the only other side quest we have is the one where we have to get back to Darkside, which we can't do right now, so we have to wait. So let's go to the hollow, and then we will stop there. Ooh, do we want our first harvest? I kind of want to see our first harvest. Let me feed the cat. Some for you. So yeah, let's rest one more cycle. We'll help out here. Just get a little bit. Do. But now we'll have a whole thing of supplies? That's what I want to see. I want to see how much this is going to give us. So let's end cycle real quick and see what happens. Okay. Ooh. Mushrooms poke up through the gaps in the farm structure. Some are ready to be picked if you're careful. Oh no! It's into it? No! Oh, you accidentally ruined some of the mushrooms in the farm, and the process of putting everything back is tiring. Okay, so can we grab some every cycle? Oh, this is... Oh no! No! Yay? No more mushrooms in the farm, you'll need to wait for some more to grow. Okay, so that part's a little shitty, is that it's only into it. I wish we could assign someone to do that. But, at the very least, we have a way to sometimes, if our rolls are lucky, get mushrooms. I don't know if that'll help us during missions. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But for now, we've done all we can. We've run back and forth between Farspindle and the Greenbelt. We ran around and got the stuff at Holmes Rock, brought it back to the Hollow. And next time, for sure, we are heading to Oliveira. We have something to deliver, and we're supposed to only deliver it to Carmen. Nobody else. We were specifically told nobody else. And I'm going to try to the best of my abilities to follow that, because I want to believe that Ankita's on our side, and I want to trust this Carmen. But we'll have to wait and see who they are next time. Until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourselves, package your spores properly, and have a good day.